Hi everyone, it's me, Carbundance, and welcome to my 365 days from ED to recovery. Let's hop straight in. So this was a screenshot I took 1 year ago, exactly 1 year ago, and this is this girl Audra proposing and suggesting that you use sweet potatoes as a base for pizza. And I mean, nothing against it per se. I love sweet potatoes, and I just want to say that for people like me, and probably for people like you, that is very toxic, this kind of mindset, I have to just make a healthier version. It's completely fine to have white flour pizza, okay? Like just conventional pizza dough. She says, if you make the potato pizza, I wouldn't recommend just using sweet potatoes. It will be really mushy. Well, why? Because it's not a real pizza dough. Duh. You need more dense potatoes like russets, red potatoes, Yukon Gold, henna yams, etc. I've also done half russets, half Japanese. And it's like, why would you have to just experiment so much to have not a real pizza dough, but like a sweet potato or potato dough? It's like, wow. This is actually very new. Like, this is exactly what I ate 1 year ago. And you see celery juice here. What a miracle, like what a surprise. Because, you know, I've told you in the last videos, I was getting into the medical medium craze, and I felt like I have to try it. I felt like, well, maybe it will help with my fingers, my swollen fingers. Also had the almost half liter of Dandy Blend and a little bit of coffee there because, you know, volume, it helped me to delay my meals. So disordered, how could I think that was real recovery? This, you know, is a huge plate, huge bowl of fruit. Mind you, I even weighed that. Me eating fruit for breakfast, only fruit, was because of my fingers as well. I thought I have to just start my day with fruit, detoxing, and, you know, no anti-nutrients in there and all of that kind of craziness. As a snack, you know, it's actually like a meal size. Why? Because I was hungry. Like, you probably see that by now. I was really hungry and I felt the need. My eating disorder made me make my snacks very voluminous, high volume. So this was my snack. What I should have eaten there was 2 or 3 bars of chocolate, like whole size bars of chocolate. I am not kidding and not exaggerating. That is what I actually did when I started my all-in extreme hunger phase. Yeah, this banana ice cream looks a little bit brown. I guess it's with carob, and that was my usual veggie dinner, but not with potatoes there, but with rice. I always love potatoes because they're meant to be like literally the most satiating food. But the thing is, you know, as you're going to see in the next screenshots, I was worried that might be the cause for my finger disease. Like, I just wanted to find out, what is this? Help me, I am sick. And so I got into the theme, like the topic of potato sprouts, and that there's something called solanine below the skin, and alkaloids and stuff. Yeah, just these are screenshots I took on that day because I was afraid that the potatoes I ate were actually toxic for me. And, you know, they say discarding the sprouts, eyes, green skin, and bruised parts of potato as well as fry, blah blah blah. I never did this before, and I also don't do that now anymore. I just literally don't care. Like, if it's a bad potato, yes, of course, like if it tastes bad, I'm just gonna not eat it, like when I have it on my plate. But I am really not like obsessive about discarding any parts of the potato, even if there's a little sprout. And I literally thought that might have been what caused my fingers. Just a whole lot of craziness. So this is some impressions of what I ate 1 week ago. Nothing has changed from my extreme hunger phase. I do eat my snacks, I do eat my chocolate, I do eat my bars. This is just some example of a meal I had. I really have to make sure I am not eating the same thing all of the time, and I don't, because someone asked me that in a comment. It's not impossible, you just haven't done it before. Keep going. This applies to recovery so much because it's just it feels impossible. It literally feels impossible. But I just want to let you know, it just feels this way. It's not. And it feels this way because you've never done it before. And your brain, therefore, is afraid of it. The words try and maybe have no place in eating disorder recovery. 100%. I mean, 1 year ago, the things that you saw here, all of the things that I thought were real recovery, I actually did trying, trying real recovery. Well, real recovery is not going to happen until you really do it. It's simply just about doing it. And that took a long time for me to wrap my head around. But beware, beloved, thinking too much is bad for your thoughts. I mean, isn't that cute? And that is exactly what I found out as well. Overthinking is bad for you. Bad for your thoughts. I just want to remind you that if you're waiting for my extreme hunger videos for you to start extreme hunger and going all in, don't do that. I was also talking about that in my live stream, I think. When I think about all the lifestyles I tried that weren't whole food, plant forward. Well, yeah, she basically says like everything, like the only thing that was intuitive for her was going whole food, plant-based, and it's just something that I also told myself, that is just my intuition, it's just who I am, it's just what resonates with me the most, and that's just something that your eating disorder takes and grabs and justifies your eating disordered habits with. I don't care how much ethics are in there. For me, it was also so much ethics, but it's not the only motivation behind it, and then you have to do the opposite. My opinion. After having tried it a different way for 18 years. Above all things, love each other deeply. I was not able to do that when I was still in Quasi Recovery. I was just too much around myself. Even when I thought it was real recovery, but it really wasn't. 1 year ago. Toast with butter, a banana and biscuit bar before bed. Your body needs food before bed to be able to have a restful sleep. 1000%. I mean, like, the amount of times I eat just straight before bed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 snacks or a whole meal, it's just a regular thing. And something I did in an extreme manner in my all-in extreme hunger phase. Yeah. Pizza for lunch, even though we're having McDonald's later. Food rules are bullshit. Yes. I mean, it's insane how much we think, well, I'm going to go out for food later, so now I'm gonna try and eat more healthier or less or whatever. That's exactly what you want to get rid of. That's it doesn't matter what happens before or after, period. So yeah, Serena actually made a video of her eating together with her never having had an eating disorder sister, and it's like so great for me also to have someone in my household who are always like could see what that's normal eating, like my husband David. It's so refreshing to see people who never practice any kind of restriction, and so I find that really inspiring as well. For you guys also, just want to share it with you. Reminder again, it's okay to eat more than others. We had the same order. I demolished mine and finished my sister's chips. She's full and I wasn't. She's not finishing hers and I have. Different people, different bodies, different paths. I eat more than David, my husband, on a regular basis, and there's so many times when I eat and he doesn't eat or whatever, and it's like something that became normal for me, and it freaked me out in the beginning, and I don't care now. Finished her chips. What's new? Different bodies, different people, different paths, different lives, different needs. Why do we feel bad about eating more than other people? It's like no animal ever would get that kind of thought, because it really doesn't matter, and it doesn't mean that your body will be worse off in any way, shape or form, be it superficially or internally. And so she was satisfied, her sister, and she was not. So I'm eating sweets alone because my body isn't satisfied, and I'm not satisfied, I guess. I just I just want some sweets. Yes, and that's mental hunger. That's what you have to respond to. So remember, different people, different paths, different lives, different wants, different preferences, different histories. You want them even if you just had a McDonald's. It's okay. So if you gain weight by eating enough, enjoying all foods and listening to your body, that is probably the body that you were created to have. You can either spend your whole life fighting it or take steps towards embracing it. I would have needed to, and I did read these kind of things at that time 1 year ago, but I just was so scared. But this, guys, you have to immerse yourself in this kind of information. Let it sink into your heart until you just have to go for it. You have to do the action. Calories aren't the enemy, diet culture is the enemy. Yes, I mean, that's just, in my opinion, the truth. All of the calories that I ate in extreme hunger phase, I still eat on a regular basis. Nothing has changed, zero restriction. They have never made these fears come true that my eating disordered brain ever had. And so it's only the thing, like the belief that it is bad to gain weight and that more calories is a bad thing. And for me now, there's no too much of calories. Take this as a sign that it's time to stop weighing your food. Now, this is for you. I was so much seeking these kinds of signs and reasons. They might never come, but hey, now it's coming for you. This is your sign. Take this as a sign that it's time to stop weighing your food. Do it today. What are you waiting for? You don't need to weigh or measure your food, I promise. Your body can be trusted, which means your hunger and fullness cues are reliable. Yes, if you've been dieting for a while or navigating eating disorder recovery, your hunger fullness cues may not be 100% present. This will come back. Exactly. And what do? You just force feed yourself. That's exactly what I did. If you don't have any hunger cues, you just force feed yourself. You just act as if there's no too much of calories and as if you were not afraid of weight gain. Sounds simple, it's not easy, I know. Food freedom is eating chocolate this weekend without compensating for it, not measuring the peanut butter you're eating. Exactly, but the other 2 points, I would just kind of neglect in recovery. I would just always go for the unhealthier, more fiery, scary one. Your natural body size is the weight you exist at without restriction, rules, and obsessive food thoughts. Yes, I mean, what can I say? That's the things that I didn't want to hear. Because I could not believe them. I just could not believe them. I thought I was a unicorn, that this would not work for. I was not, and you are not as well. This is a kind of famous model from Germany's Next Top Model, and she says, point 1, I hate to share food. And she has been openly admitting that she has an eating disorder, and which I find really brave. I just want to say it's not something normal. It's very normal for eating disordered people, to not want to share food, and I was one of them. Someone asks her, do you have results from your colonoscopy? And she says, yes, they didn't find anything noticeable. And she says, but I have irritable bowel syndrome. There's nothing I can do. It's caused by stress. And I just want to say, if you are having an eating disorder, any kind of path of eating disorder, that's probably why 100%, it's 100% reversible. If you have any irritable bowel syndrome or like whatever, then that is reversible. Treating my body with respect leads to health and joy. If you respect your body, you are not going to sit there, well, I'm thinking of food, but I'm not going to eat. No, you're just going to go with the flow and eat. And if you're thinking about exercise and planning food, that's also mental hunger. And that is respect. That's what it takes. You're not sitting there, well, I need to pee, but I'm not going to do that because I don't respect my body. No one does that, or you're not going to hold your breath, I am confident and secure with myself, and that is something that came for me with recovery. Feeling secure with yourself comes from trusting, or part of that is trusting your body, which came for me also with recovery. Yeah, you are seeing here some oats with a lot of milk and sugar. Love that. I am listening to my body today. Do I want the whole sandwich? Yeah, and so that was something when I did that 1 year ago, I was like, all of these thoughts of my eating disorder came in. Well, no, you don't want that because it's not loving your body, because it's not the healthiest version of what you could have. And of course, you love yourself, you respect your body, so you're only going to eat healthy things. That is disordered. It's not your real self. When they say that you have to restrict foods to be healthy, in order to be healthy, and they say that restriction can make you sick, and yes, 100%. It's just a general belief in society that you just have to restrict certain foods, specific foods, in order to be healthy, and it's not in any way, shape or form the case. I made here potatoes, and there's also some oily sauces in general, and also ketchup. I used to just do that when I was going out, but I just now do that on a regular basis for myself, just because I feel like it. I don't have to have a social occasion in order to eat something oily, or that's just beautiful. You can just do it for yourself. I accept and allow success in all areas of my life. I was not able to do that 1 year ago. I was not, because I was still in my eating disorder, and the eating disorder always wants you to not be successful and to not be happy. I know it tells you that it will be the way to get happy, but it's the complete opposite. And that's what I make these videos for, so you can actually recognize that. I hope this helped. Please give me a thumbs up if it does, and I see you tomorrow. Bye.